Over the past week, we've had some absolutely amazing discussions, conspiracy theories, new novels, new books, Primark returning, all the amazing things. But today's video is filled with absolute heresy. I'm telling you now, what you're about to hear will change your views on certain chapters forever. This is absolutely brand new, breaking law for Warhammer 40,000. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. Now, everything I'm going to be talking about today is related to Angron's murder curse. We actually have now confirmation about certain elements of chapters who have fallen to chaos, and you're not going to believe who has done this. Now, before we actually do get into the nitty-gritty of that, I want to talk about the murder curse itself. I want to bring up everyone up to like the same level so you understand how big and impactful the murder curse has been on the new Warhammer 40,000 lore. So basically what happened during the Arks of Omen Angron book, there was a massive battle with a Crusader fleet sent by Guilliman to defend this world. In that fleet, you had like Grey Knights, Custodians, Sisters of Battle, millions upon millions of Imperial Guard, thousands upon thousands of Adeptus Astartes, Mechanicus, everything that you expect with a huge Crusade fleet. Of course, the Imperium didn't win that. Angron and Vashtor were successful, but in their success, Angron released something called the Murder Curse, and that basically turned an entire, the absolute full Crusade fleet to chaos. Like everyone in there, bar the Custodians, the Grey Knights, and the Sisters of Silence, if I'm not mistaken. They were the only ones not affected because, psychic shenanigans, the Emperor's, finest as the Custodians are, and of course, the Sisters of Silence, they're like, warp? What is that? But everyone else, like the Guard forces, the Mechanicus, the Adeptus Astartes, all went completely insane and fell to this bloody murder curse. And of course, the impact of that has rippled throughout the Imperium now, because one full Crusade fleet, as I've mentioned, has completely disappeared. And these fleets are so important to the Imperium taking back systems, fighting off the foes of Chaos, and of course, Xenos threats as well. So this is a massive deal. But now we have even more information from the latest White Dwarf magazine about this murder curse and the chapters that fell. So like I said, please prepare yourself for this. I'm going to put the extracts in the background now as I read from them. So this first extract is from Major Lucane, Mordian 982nd Infantry, and it states, I repeat, we are under heavy attack by the Adeptus Astartes forces. Throne's shadow, our liberators have become monsters. 16 orbits we have held the mutant swarms at bay from behind these walls, keeping faith even though we knew not whether all the Imperium had been swallowed up. Now, those who promised us deliverance have instead mutated, been possessed. I don't know. They called themselves Salamanders. They claim to be a spearhead force of fleet quarters, whatever that might be. We had no time to learn more, for barely they had landed in the wild zones and begun purging mutants when we saw crimson pulses of light from their positions, and their transmission turned to madness. God Emperor save us. I can tell you only what I see. Bellowing monsters in warp green power armor, some with eyes like orbs of blood, some with horns or talons or teeth bursting through their flesh, all hacking a path through our defenses as though we were naught but children seeking to defy them. Worse, their madness has spread to my own ranks too. We shall not survive this, but I say again, beware these heretic monsters who call themselves salamanders. Beware of fleet quarters, for the torch of death is more, and yet you just can't see the bottom of it. But there we go. That's the first extract that confirms the salamanders were affected by this. The salamanders, for people who don't know, right, are probably the most human, caring chapter out there. They'll always put themselves in danger to save a few human lives. Vulcan, probably one of the greatest Primarchs who has ever lived, who is probably still living somewhere in the galaxy, that's another subject for another time, would literally be ashamed at seeing his sons like this. This literally opens up now for so much bloody lore about, like, what can you, like, if the salamanders can go to the chaos side, and it says here, like, they've got, like, talons, are all mutated and stuff like that, then surely any chapter in the galaxy can fall to the powers of chaos. Now, just before people start losing their mind, this is not the entire Salamander chapter. It's going to be probably maybe like a company or like a couple of squads from a company that was sent with this fleet quarters, and those are the ones who have fell, of course, to this murder curse, and they're literally serving the forces of chaos now. And it only gets worse from there. Well, personally, it only gets worse for me. My faith has been rocked, brothers. How can the Sons of Dawn recover from this? Again, I'm going to put this extract in the background. It says, traitor horde still advancing upon Shanweld. Efforts to slow them have failed. Estimate contact with outer defenses in less than an hour. And it's got here, confirm all hostile forces formerly belonging to Task Force 2 Battle Group Ezekias. And these are the forces that belong to them now. And it says the current makeup estimations, 18% Adeptus Astartes, and then in brackets, it's got Black Templars, Crimson Guard. It mentions Astra Militarum, Questa Mechanicus, House Tyrannus. Oh my god, I've got House Tyrannus. That's even there. Wait, am I a traitor now? Mechanicus. Oh my holy emperor. If the Black Templars, right, the ones who literally wield the faith of the Imperium for the Emperor, you know, faith in the Emperor. They literally see him as a god. If they can fall to the forces of chaos with this murder curse, Emperor, save us. This is probably one of the biggest heretical shakings I've ever experienced now. Two chapters who I massively respected. One, who I'm about to start an army with, literally have now forces of them gone over to the forces of chaos. I actually do think this is kind of cool in a way, because it literally can open the door now for you chaos players, people who are watching this, to start making like Salamander, Primaris, Chaos Forces, you know, the bit of rule of cool like that, you know, go by the Black Templars, make them a little bit more heretical. Hey, they're a part of this task force that was sent to fight Angron and stuff like that. It really does open up for like tabletop kit bashes and all that amazing thing. But in the lore and in my heart, it burns, right? It burns and it makes me sad. And I'm sure whatever Dawn is, he's shedding a tear for his crusading sons. Right, on that note, I'm going to end the video there. I would love, absolutely love, to get your thoughts and feedback on this. Do you like this? Do you hate this? Of course, there's going to be more chapters out there that have fallen to the murder curse, that have fallen to the chaos powers. One debate, by the way, is this technically falling to the powers of chaos, or is this just going insane? For me, they're both the same, because if you fall to chaos, you are insane. So, you know, I've seen people's arguments like, no, it's, you know, the murder curse is not really a thing because it's more like a trick to chaos, but that's what chaos is all about. It's all about tricking you to give your soul over to them. Anyway, that's probably a whole different video for another time. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit. Have a great day, and bye-bye.